Hello, hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmie from Emmie Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So, I'm going to be doing a Piscean reading for Valentines. This reading is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Also for your cross watchers, also for empaths. Um, if you find yourself on this video, you don't really know why because you don't have any Pisces anything, but you kind of just clicked on it. You probably are an empath and you're probably here to get some wicked ass truth. Wicked ass truth. Let's get started. So I didn't ask what this reading was going to be about. I just went ahead and said, okay, I'm going to go live before I go ahead and go back to bed. I was on Facebook doing some Valentine's makeup. I was planning on simply cleaning my face. And one thing led to another. And now I'm kind of like just filled with, some tangled magic. Oh, we already know where this reading's going. Hey, Daddy, could you please go in my gray purse and get my 2 makeup bags in there because they have my new cards. Or if you could just give me my gray purse, that would be amazing. Amazing. Let's make this a spectacular read. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, well, thank you, Universal D. Okay. 2, 3. Hello, sir. Oh, there's two makeup bags.
Oh, I saw that.
Oh, I almost took my clothes off. All right. So here goes. Here goes. Okay. We're gonna get the answers that we need. Let me just. All right. Now I'm asking Michael, what is this reading going to be about? Well, it's Valentine's, so it's got to be about love, right? It's got to be about love. It's got to be about love. So here goes. I don't know what's up with this card. It just consistently comes up. Ooh, okay. Thank you. Final deck. Oh, wow. They trying to kill me, y'all. That just fell. Okay. Here goes. Here goes. Okay, one more. One more shuffle. Just gonna put that. Okay, we're gonna put that there. We're gonna put this here. All right. Okay. All right. Is that right? Okay. I'm putting them in the order that they're pulled. So that way I'm going to go in order. All right. All right. Here goes. Here goes. Y'all are going to see exactly where this reading is going. Okay. Okay. Let me just move my coffee. There we go. All right. So, card number 15, devotee, offering his gift of song. Your skills are the gifts you can share with others. Okay. So this is about understanding, hearing some sort of song that comes from the heart. This song has a lot to do with your love language. Okay. Whatever your love language is, that's the notes that will be used for the song that's about to play. Harmonic flight. Card number 29, harmonic flight. So, this is really about commingling energies in such a way that creates lift. Not just lift, but movement. This movement is going to take you to places within yourself and within a circumstance that's going to really help you to grasp what omni love is. Um, Humanity's concept of love, as we know it to be, the most common um, definition or expression or concept of love is really not the totality of what omni love is. Omni love has the ability to raise you up as quickly and easily as it has the ability to shove you down and bury you. It's a totality. It's absolutely a totality that can, not being intentionally malicious, intentionally hurtful, but at times it can create certain types of circumstance to get you back on the right path. Excuse me, through pain. Okay, through pain. There's this saying that the only reason it hurts when someone does something is because you care so much. And when it hurts so much, it's probably because you more than care. It's probably because you love. Okay. So this is about recognizing, the truth of how you actually feel about a circumstance, about yourself, about another person, just recognizing what that type of love is trying to gift you with, what message. Mhm. Card number 13, power of attraction. So you are calling to you the very things that you need. These things that you need are probably circumstance, connections. Um, mm, I'm hearing for some conversation. For some, this has to do with finishing off things that were initiated. Um, Finishing off as in maybe like closure, not necessarily finishing off as in full retrieval. The answer is going to be different for everyone because everyone's circumstance is different. So you're going to have to kind of discern for yourself, which one is it for you? Is it a case of you needing to kind of just get closure on a subject matter, or is it a case of you um, not yet being done with whatever that cycle is with circumstance, an individual, work, whatever it is, there's something that's left unfinished. And I don't know that it I don't know that it finishes right away. I think for some of you, this is I think for some of you, this is something that has been weighing heavily on you. And I don't feel like it's gonna end or stop anytime soon. The weight of the gravity of whatever this is for you. I don't want to use certain trigger words to label this type of connection, but you know what it is. You know what it is for you. Okay, you know what it is for you. If it's really that intense, it's a case of souls that mirror each other. Card number 21, mirrored souls. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 being the number of a solid foundation from which to build a soul type connection. For many, this is just some connection, right? This is maybe something, you need closure, you need to have one final conversation, or yada, yada. Um, for a few others, this is something that's really going to initiate, like, I don't know. I don't I don't know what. I don't know if this is like a full on I don't know if this is like a full on love connection. Um, I don't know that you're both available. Um, one of you stares at the other quite a bit, while the other remains aloof. Hmm. So I'm just going to be repeating what Michael says. You breathe the same air and stare at the same moon. Watch the same sunsets and sunrises. This is someone who I assume has so much connectivity with you that the energies between the two of you still seek reconnection. Okay, it's a soul that mirrors you. Now, that reconnection, I kind of just want to clarify, it doesn't necessarily mean romance. We have to take our concepts. We have to take the concepts as we know them to be a few steps further. A few steps further. We can't just stop at a very rudimentary understanding of very complex soul subjects. Soul is simple in its complexity, it's complex in its simplicity. Soul is a totality. Your consciousness is a totality. It's infinite. Our awareness, understanding, and acceptance, that is what's finite. That is what's limited. We have a very limited inner under overstanding of self and soul that it causes us to need to label things in a specific way. And, it's like just it's one of those things. It's one of those things where unless you allow yourself to see, feel, and experience it on a whole different level, you're most likely going to continue to struggle to understand, accept, process whatever it is between you and this mirrored soul. Okay. Doable. Card number 4, the keys within your grasp. You can do this. You can make this happen. This need for elevated understanding is a real legitimate need. That confined concept, um, when I say confined concept, like trying to make whatever this is, whoever this is, fit in a specific mold, um, so that you can affix a specific label, that's going to bite you in the butt. It really will. That's the very thing that's caused so much suffering for so many people, because we want so badly to be able to affix this label on someone who might not be, the label might not be accurate for them. It might not be. It might not be. And you're going to have to undo a shit ton of expectation the moment you begin placing labels on people. Um, yeah. If it wasn't for the fact that I am legally married to my husband, what would I, what, how would I consider him? Um, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know that there's any real term that works. Um, I mean, soulmate. I know we've lived several lives together. I know the end goal for all of those lives was to have a life together and have children. Um, we never really actually got to. Um, I don't know. It feels like he's so much more than just a husband. That the human concept of what our connection is just so drab. So drab. I mean, does husband, the term husband, encompass so many lifetimes of seeking each other out to live the life we're living together right now? Um, does that embody that? Is he like a mirrored soul? Is he a twin? No, he's not. He's not. There's no unnecessary pain there. You know what I mean? But yeah, I do have this very, very deep awareness that mm, mm, I would. Hmm. even if we continue to spend the rest of our life together, I would still look for him in other lives. So how do you label that? If you want to honor it, you don't. You don't. You simply just allow yourself to be fully present, to enjoy every moment, um, to be aware of what's being learned together when you go through rough patches, to understand and accept that it's the very rough patches that are the opportunities to further um, deepen and ripen this bond that's already so deep and so ripe. It's just, yeah, it's just one of those things like, do I need to quantify something that's just infinite? Quantum? I don't think so. I don't think so. Because the time you spend trying to um affix labels and all of this other stuff, like that's time wasted. That's time taken away from really, really just being fully present and enjoying each other. Um, Perfect acceptance, allowing yourself to just perfectly accept whatever this is, not having any preconceived notions as to how long this will last, how it will play out. I mean, I've said this many, many times where it's like at any point, like tomorrow, he could totally change his mind and be like, you know what? I don't want to be in a relationship anymore. And although it would make me sad, I would be like, okay, we I'm definitely, you're still forever a part of my life. We have kids together. We can absolutely still be amicable. We could be more than amicable. We can be friends. We could still cohabitate. I wouldn't try and punish you for choosing your happiness, you know? Um the lack of need to own, I think, is a very thing that empowers a relationship to continue going forward in the healthiest, strongest, deepest way possible. Okay. Um, Whatever is meant for you will always be. It will just always be. It will always be. And there needs to be no more fear of loss, a perceived loss. Um, I distinctly remember quite a few lifetimes that we have lived trying to establish um, a lifelong partnership in children, and something, someone always interfering with that. Okay. And that's okay. That's okay because I can either choose to see this as like, well, then that's going to happen again in this life. Something's going to come between us, and or I can choose to see it as like, this is the life we've gone so far. We've gone so far. We have been together for so long. This is the longest we've ever been able to be together. And if need be, I will fight to stay with you. And if you choose to walk away, I'll let you, because my love will never confine you. And that's a very powerful place to be at. Ooh, 83% at 838. 83838. Mhm. What's up? Card number 24. You belong to paradise. I'm more and more beginning to recognize paradise is a frame of mind. It's a state of being, not an actual place. Because really, you can be in a place that appears to be like paradise. But unless you're in the frame of mind of accepting, enjoying, and being fully present in that, it's not paradise. I've been in places that are ridiculously beautiful, romantic, and I've had to work. So it's not paradise to me. It's like, oh, that's pretty. Okay, I'll be back. I have to work. Yeah. It's a frame of mind. I could be, oh, and how long was I in a cramped RV was falling apart? And to me, that was paradise, not because I'm selling myself short, but because in my frame of mind, in that moment, the frame of mind that I was in, this is just the most beautiful experience to be so close to the very people who mean the most to me, to be able to travel to different places geographically as well as internally, spiritually, energetically, and have you be fully present. Oh, that is like paradise to me. So, unconditional love, allow yourself to ripen your ability to love yourself. If you're dealing with a mirrored soul, look at all of this, okay? For those that really need this to be like a twin flame reading. I mean, y'all, this is three different decks. Okay. And then look. This fourth deck, different deck, it's talking about a devotee. For some of y'all, this is a twin flame, twin ray reading. They're devoted or you're devoted. Now, twins are mirrors of each other, you know? They're either accurate mirrors or convoluted ones. And it's really not for you to be able to dictate what type of mirror they will be for you, right? So theoretically, if they are mirroring all of these beautiful aspects of you, um, awesome, right? Well, what if they're mirroring your lack of ability to love yourself, your lack of ability to accept yourself, your lack of willingness to move forward in life? That means they're going to be stuck right where you are too. And if this person is coming back to you, whether coming back to you for the first time in this life or coming back to you because there was some separation that occurred, um, I mean, me personally, if someone was coming back to me, I'd like to think your ass has grown because if you haven't grown, if you haven't matured in that time that you've been gone, please don't come back. I don't want to deal with that. I don't. I don't. If you're going to be my mirrored soul and we're going to need to take harmonic flight, I don't want that toxicity that caused the separation in the first place. And if I've done the work for myself, I fully expect you have done the work for yourself as well. I'm not expecting perfection. I'm not. But I am expecting to witness growth. Not because you're trying to prove anything to me, but because you've actually chosen to grow yourself. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. When it comes to that whole twin thing, they're constantly just fixated on when are they coming back? When are they coming back? I mean, for me personally, my question would be, did this motherfucker grow? Did he grow or is it going to be the same shit? 86% at 842, 8686, 1414, 55, change, elevated change. Have they changed? Not to be more of what I want, but changed to ripen their inner under an overstanding of self and soul. So that way, if there was another reconnection, we could have a more productive interaction versus just subscribing to the very same distorted and flawed concepts of you have this label. So that means you belong to me. You need to be this, and this for me. Mm-mm. I'm at a point in my journey, regardless of what your label is, I only want to see the beautiful things. I'm fully aware of, cognizant of the uglier things, the shadow things. Um, but I'm cultivating my garden. There's a space in the back for things that are not ornamental, things that are kind of on the ugly side but have a purpose. There's a space in the back of the garden for that. Okay. I'm not trying to say I'm going to throw you away, but I am trying to say that right now, what I'm cultivating is something that is a feast for my eyes, a feast for my senses. And the thing I crave the most is seeing growth, the beauty of your growth, that depth that, you've been able to cultivate for yourself. I want to see it mirror the depth that I've cultivated for myself. So, unconditional love, unconditional love of the self, so that hopefully they can mirror that. Again, if there's a conversation that needs to take place, I would like that conversation to be something that's elevated, something that will leave me feeling as though, oh my God, look how much we've grown. Not look how much you've grown, not look how much I've grown. Look how much we have grown. This is beautiful. This is a place of total power and acceptance. Ooh, 88% at 844. Oh, the numbers got me touching myself. Card number 30, strength. Allow yourself to become powerful in who you are. Okay? No more shame. No more guilt. No more wondering what you did wrong. Why did this? Why did that? What did I do? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. It doesn't matter. What matters right now is what you're doing right now. Are you continuing to grow yourself, or have you allowed this unfulfilled expectation to cripple you to the point where you stopped growing? Have you stopped growing? My personal feeling on that, um, if someone's presence or absence in my life causes me to stop growing indefinitely, you have no place with me. I don't want you around, because that lack of growth hurts. It hurts when you reach a certain level of spiritual, energetic development. That lack of growth is painful. It creates a sense of stagnancy and uselessness and powerlessness and sense of loss of self, loss of purpose. And if your existence within my life is going to hurt me in that way, because no matter what, you're going to hurt, right? Um, I would rather hurt because you're gone and I have the potential of one day choosing to grow myself again without you there, versus you being present and perpetuating this lack of growth, this stagnation, this slow and certain spiritual death of myself and my soul. Don't come back. Stay away. Love me enough to let me grow without your interruption, without your interference. And I mean, that's a pretty extreme message. For some, it's accurate. For some, it's an important message to hear, to recognize, to accept. Um, doesn't apply to everyone. It's not a message that you can just affix, staple onto some twin flame, twin ray label. That's not accurate for everybody. Okay. Kind of just sharing thoughts. Someone has to hear this. There's someone that needed to hear my personal stance. Do I have anyone to put that personal stance on? Not really. Not really, you know. Um, yeah, I don't feel like um any counterpart of mine has ceased growing. I feel like everyone who has that sort of connection with me, because I have identified quite a few twin flames. I have identified a twin ray. I don't feel like any of them have become stagnant. I don't. I feel like we have all continued to grow so beautifully, quietly apart. Some of them, once in a while, I'll keep in contact with. Others of them, I don't speak to at all. And I don't know if I ever will again, not because I hate them, but because maybe they've already served their part in the triggering of my growth. I have no expectations, none. I have no expectations of whether they'll be back. I have no expectations of what happens if they are. I have no expectations as to how that will affect me, my marriage, any of that. I'm kind of just like, look, I'm good in myself right now. I'm good in my life right now. I'm good in my marriage. Everything's just good. Everything's just good. And if at any point something wasn't good, um, I feel like I've grown enough in my self love journey that I'll fix it. I'll fix it. I'll learn whatever that struggle is teaching me, and then I'll move forward. There's no longer a need to villainize anyone. Anyone. There's no need for that. There's no one that's threatening any part of my life, any part of my growth. And I wonder if maybe part of the reason why I for the longest time was so just annoyed by the whole topic of twin flames and twin rays is I felt as though I had no say in um, whatever things were, simply because and not because of an individual, but because Michael keeps bringing up the fucking topic. Like, shut up already. Like, I don't want to hear it. You're the one that's making me all like irritated and annoyed, not an individual. And here's the thing, why? Why was that making me irritated and annoyed? Because I was still in some way buying into this concept that my growth is contingent on someone who has some label. And it's not. It's not. Just like my happiness is not contingent on the state of my marriage, just like my husband's happiness is not contingent on the state of our marriage, like this is something you choose for yourself. If you choose to be happy, if you choose to grow and move forward and expand your awareness of your own process of recognizing your consciousness, I mean, really, no one can stop you. There's nothing that can be done to keep you from growing. Even if you were to lock me in a solitary confinement cell for the rest of my life, you can't break my soul. Not without my agreeance and participation. I've had plenty of people try to break me. How'd that work? How'd that work out? Do I look broken? Has anyone's absence affected me in any kind of way? I'm whole in myself, completely whole in myself. I am my own totality. Nothing can take away from me something I'm not willing to give. Not my sense of self, not my love for myself, not the value I've placed upon myself, not my recognition of all of these things about me. No one can take that from me. No one. Because that's something that I worked so hard to become aware of. And when you recognize these are not accomplishments, these are levels of awareness that I am reaching as I travel and climb my spiritual path. I mean, really, though, Valentine's is a day where you show your love and appreciation for the people that are important to you. At what point in your life did you take your name off of that list? At what point in your life did you agree, either consciously and outright or in a very passive permission type of way? At what point did you give someone else permission to dictate to you your value? Card number 12, every journey starts with a single step. This type of journey, you don't need baggage. This type of journey does not need baggage. You don't need to pack anything. Walk naked in your truth. Allow your robe of dignity to flow behind you. And here's the thing, that robe of dignity is made of emotion woven together. How dignified do you have to feel to be able to walk through life with your head held high? No shame, no guilt, no hiding anything, just naked in your truth. How much dignity do you have to embody to be comfortable in your own nakedness? It's a lot. Water King 1000, please do comment what you need help with, and maybe someone can help you. I know it's taken a lot for you to comment that. That's taken a lot for you. You don't strike me as someone that can easily ask for help. And I want to acknowledge that, but I also need to continue reading, okay? Comment what you need help with, and maybe there's someone who will see it and be able to help in the way that you need. So, card number 33, heaven sent. This journey comes from heaven. 33, 1 plus 2 is 3. Heaven sent. Every journey begins with a single step. This is you returning back to your own created sense of heavenly existence. Heaven is not a place. I've worked with so many, so many people who have transitioned out of body. So many. Yo, it's like the sixth sense every day of my life. They look for me. They talk to me like I'm in the shower. Yo, I'm in the shower. Um, I've seen places that look and feel like paradise. I've been to parts of consciousness that have been amazing, have been beautiful, have been something so profound that it's left me speechless. But at no point have I ever entered a space that I have identified as heaven. And I was born and raised, indoctrinated for my entire life as a Catholic. That's a part of my programming. That desire to enter into heaven is a part of my program. Yet I've never seen, witnessed, felt whatever this heaven is. I felt heaven within my heart, like this feeling of life cannot make me feel any more full and satisfied with just simply existing. That's such a heavenly feeling. But I've never actually entered a space, a band of frequency that I would categorize as heaven. Heaven defined by the religion I grew up believing. So, card number 44, visions of life beyond death. It's time for you to enter into a space of knowing that really whatever you're going through, it's taking you to the next level of understanding of yourself, understanding of your abilities, just an understanding. And once you've done enough work trying to really just allow yourself to ripen your understanding, eventually you're going to enter into a place of gnosis, a place of knowing just a little bit of who your soul is, just a little bit of what it's here to do. And even that just a little bit is enough. It's enough for you to kind of wrap your mind around your purpose. What is your purpose? I don't know. Why don't you show me? Well, I don't know what my purpose is. What if your purpose is already being lived? Thank you, Wicked Love Media. Card number 17. What is already with you? All of this, all the answers to every question you could ever ask, every need, spiritual and energetic, that you could ever have, every solution that you're seeking, every connection, everything, every sense of loss, every moment of abundance, everything, it's already with you. It's already with you. And your soul, at certain points in your life, will place these things in the palms of your hand. But when you're holding so tightly to beliefs, tightly to connections that have already eroded and withered away, holding on tightly to all sorts of things that you have outgrown, tell me, where's the space for soul to put something in your hand? When you're so hell bent on fighting all the time, fighting to prove you deserve to exist, I'm sorry, the fact that you were born is proof enough to me that you deserve to exist. You have reason, you have purpose, you hold gravity. But if you're going to spend your whole life fighting, I mean, I don't know if you fight with like slapping. I don't. If I'm going to fight you, I'm probably going to punch you like a dude. And if I'm so busy fighting, how can soul put anything in my hand? And what if what you're fighting is not someone else? What if what you're fighting is your own purpose, your own process? What type of love is that? Is that love? These are questions you have to ask yourself. Card number 39, free from judgment, free to love. You're free to love yourself as you are, not after you've become something else, not after you've achieved something else, not after someone specific recognizes, how valuable you are. My value predates my knowledge of your existence. How about that? Oh, shit. Wow. Confirmation of a soul truth booming. My value predates your existence, predates my knowledge of your existence. I had value before I even knew you were real, before I even knew you existed. For all of you who feel as though your value is somehow diminished because you're not in a divine union with a twin flame, you had value before you even knew the concept of twin flame. That's a newly peddled concept. Uh-huh. Oh no, I mean, twin flames have existed since Mary and Jesus. Actually, twin flames have existed since before humanity was created. But they weren't called twin flames, nor were they hell bent on a sexual connection, a romantic relationship. That was only something that began when humanity began to talk about it a handful of years ago. Yeah. Yes. Yes. So in the end, okay. Yes, Mary Magdalene and Jesus, Yeshua the Christ, were twin flames. At the end of the day, Mary and their children were hidden away, taken by gypsies to be hidden. The Sangreal, France, Russia, look into that. And where did Jesus go? Because I tell you, he didn't die 3 days later. He is a badass motherfucker. He got hidden away. And I used to think I was crazy until I found the research of a specific individual years after I began thinking and feeling this. He was taken to Kashmir, India. He lived the rest of his life in separation. There were no emails that could be sent. There were no phone calls, late night FaceTime sessions. They lived the rest of their life in separation. I mean, if you think you deserve more than what Jesus and Mary Magdalene got, that's kind of a bad example, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. I hear that a lot about Jesus and Mary were twin flames. And like, this is such a divine, sacred thing. They lived in separation. They lived in separation. And because she was so powerful in a time of elevated extreme patriarchy, she was vilified for being his equal. Like, you're using them as an example of divine union? I mean, their divine union transcended human separation. There was never a separation energetically. They continued to exist in divine union without ever having spoken again. I don't believe. I don't believe. Okay. So, free from judgment, free to love. Allow yourself to love yourself. Allow yourself to recognize your worth without someone else validating it for you. You're the only validation you need. Because I exist, because I breathe, I think, I allow myself to be happy, and I allow myself to receive. I know, I deserve to be here. And even if I didn't do those things, I still deserve to be here. The fact that I was born and continued to live up until this point, I deserve and will continue to be here for as long as my soul feels I need to be here. And it doesn't matter who agrees with me. It doesn't matter who validates. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's nice when you get validated. It is. Yeah, it is. It's nice. It's a nice, warm, fuzzy feeling. Do I need to feel nice, warm, and fuzzy to exist? No. It's just nice though. We take these concepts that are nice, and we try and make them into like a requirement. Yeah, no. 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 Do I validate parking? Well, I'm not a storage place, so no. Okay. So card number 22, she feels, she knows. Ooh. Mhm. Card number 10, releasing allegiances. You know what you need to release. Okay. For some of you, this is an allegiance to an individual. Mm. hmm For some of you, this is an allegiance to the mindset, the thought structures that continue to shackle you to a gilded cage. You're already naked in your truth, and if you look closely, her skin is cracked. This is a point of shedding. You're being primed to shed away this old concept of who you think you are, how you see other people, and the gravity they hold within your life. If you feel like it's your job because you love someone to orbit them, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not some satellite. I am not the moon. I am not a planet. I'm the fucking center of my solar system. And if you want to be present, I will not orbit you, but I'll allow you to be. I'll allow you to hold space with me, just like the sun allows us to hold space with it. It loves in that way. That simply you're present. It's not necessary, but I'll allow it. I'll leave space for you. And if you ever choose to go, you're free to. I'm done playing the moon. I'm done playing the moon, just kind of, hiding away and then showing myself and rotating around someone human. No, no, no. Recognize me for the moon, the sun, the planets that I am in a whole fucking entire solar system. Fuck that shit. No more limits. Calm down, Universal D. Ratna Dakini, the yellow Buddha family of the South. Replace pride by knowing that separateness is an illusion. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Don't let your hurt feelings keep you crippled. Your feelings got hurt, not your parts. Okay? Not your parts. Just because your feelings got hurt doesn't mean your leg was amputated, your spiritual leg. It doesn't. It really, really doesn't. You can still continue to walk forward even with your feelings hurt. You can still continue to be creative and productive and successful even with your feelings hurt. Life hurts my feelings. Having to exist on a planet where the billions and billions and billions of people who exist with me don't actually care. That hurts, yet I continue. Why? Because my pain does not define me. It just helps to refine my understanding of myself. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. My feelings are hurt. What am I going to do? Keep fucking shining, baby. Keep shining. And that's what you're going to do. Feelings eventually resolve themselves. Feelings eventually will be rectified. And that doesn't just happen if you wait long enough. Time does not heal all wounds, it just makes it easier to tolerate them. What heals the wounds is when you tend to it. Life hurt me. Life hurts. Why does it hurt, Emmie? 99% at 909. Why does it hurt? Because I feel like no one cares about anyone else. Well, if that's your wound, do something about it. Allow yourself to be publicly visible so you can begin shifting the perceptions by your existence. Life hurt. So, what did I do to fix it? I started living. That hurt is gone. You know why that hurt is gone? Because I allowed myself to serve the purpose I came here to do, which is allowing myself to be publicly visible so that those who are ready to witness a self healing journey are able to witness it so they can begin applying for themselves whatever messages they receive from their soul by simply being present with me. I am not healing you. I am showing you I am healing myself. And in doing that, without any college degree, without all these fancy toys and luxury life, I'm doing that. My existence matters, not because of my bank account, but because of my soul. I didn't need anyone's permission to exist. And if truth be told, quite a few people not only did not give me permission to exist, they went out of their way to try and make sure that I stopped being visible. Thank you, bitches. You just pushed me further along. Without my consent, your words, your attempts, your desire to tear me down does nothing. Nothing. I do not consent. I will not comply. I will continue to exist with zero apologies and zero desire to subscribe to bullshit concepts that seek to further divide and fractionate what I am trying to bring back to a totality. Think of all the concepts that you buy into. Just really think about it. Love and light. Okay, what about darkness and shadow? No. That's not good. That's not good. Okay. I'm holding my own, but I need my twin flame. They're my other half. You're not holding your own then. If you need them there, what are you, like a peg leg? Like, what is this? What is this? Um, no. 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 Just no. Mm-mm. I am my own person. I am a totality. Everything about me was perfectly designed to help me be a more authentic expression of my own truth. And if people are uncomfortable by my existence, good, because I challenge the status quo. I challenge what is deemed normal, acceptable, standard. Yeah, no. Oh my God, she's spiritual, but she says bad words. Who said they were bad? I use the most sensual fucking sentence enhancers. My sentences are passionate as fuck. I'm just saying, no, baby boo, out of the box, there is no box. That is what my existence shouts and whispers all at the same time. There is no box. You don't have to come out of the box, think out of the box, live out of there's no fucking box. My delivery involved zero packaging, no box, no box, except the ones you build for yourself and maintain within your mind and your heart. When you try and create this pretty little picture because being who you are is too messy for people, okay. Oh, you think you that, huh? Oh, you think, okay. You understand when you enter this world, it was messy. You understand when you leave this world, it's going to be messy. You understand when this world was created, it was messy. Okay. Let's just make sure you understand that. I'm messy in the most beautifully powerful way. I'm messy. I let myself feel whatever I feel in that moment. And if I feel like I shouldn't allow myself to feel that in that moment, then I don't. I used to live a neat life. And that neat life blocked up my throat chakra so bad that I damaged my thyroid. Hmm. I'm still working on it. I love you, throat. If your bitch ass could just start working proper again. Granted, I just realized I haven't taken my thyroid meds in a week or so. You fucking gangster girl. Start working right. You fucking yeah, see? That's fine. Here we go. Wisdom like queen. Celebrate the creative feminine energy and the vitality of life. That sacred feminine energy is the savage too. Mhm. It is the savage of the two. If you think that in order to be a proper human being, a proper woman, you have to forego your savagery, no. If you think that in order to be a powerful woman, you have to always be savage, no. My power comes from the fact that I decide. I determine for myself who I'm going to be in any given moment. And I'm okay with that now. I used to be ashamed, but at this point, I feel like whatever I show you, you worked really hard to bring that out. If I show you a very loving, compassionate, supportive presence, you worked really hard to bring that out of me. If I show you I got motherfucking claws and I will have no motherfucking mercy for you, you worked really hard for that too. My higher self is ridiculously intelligent. It knows which part of me to set loose on an individual. Whether I'm going to just love you to death or I'm going to be the reason you dead. She really smart. She really smart. And she just let me, just ride it out, girl. Just ride it out. Not ride or die. Just ride it out. Ride it all out. All the way out till the wheels fall off. Hmm. Okay. Card number 21, communication, co creation. Hmm. Souls communicate. They do. Souls communicate without words. These are feelings. For many of you who have chosen to, have this be a twin flame reading, that's okay. That's up to you. The twins continue to communicate even when they're physically separated. Even when their pride has caused them to believe that they should never, ever, 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 ever talk again. Um, there's still a communication that goes on. You guys still learn together yet separately. Okay. And that goes for anyone you have a soul connection with. You guys will continue to learn separately yet energetically together. Separation truly is an illusion. So, well, if it's an illusion, how come we're separate? Okay, well, for whoever asked that in your head, apartheid filters. They are coding that is overlaid on the outside of your outermost auric shield based on the programming, the coding of that apartheid filter. That is what will greatly determine your sense of individuated experience, individuated existence. Well, how can you prove that we're all one? Bitch, if I can feel your ass thinking this shit, obviously my apartheid filters are letting it in. I'm just saying. We are all one, but we're all also supposed to be separate. Wrap your mind around that. Manifestia. I think she smokes bud. Listens to EDM, drops acid, and does ayahuasca ceremonies. Not the person, but this. Look. Okay. Tell me she doesn't listen to EDM, smokes bud, does ayahuasca. I'm being an ass. Let me stop. I'm sorry, my moon is showing. Manifestia. Girl. She also goes to Burning Man. Burning Man used to be so sacred, and then it became this really like yeah, yeah. Let me just stop. I need to eat. I'm getting hangry is what it is. The asshole comes out of me when I'm hangry. It's still a valid part of me. The assholio? Yeah, that's a valid part of me. It exists. I need to feed that part. Okay, so manifestia. All joking aside, I was totally joking earlier. I have a lot of friends who go and do all the things that I said. But it's time for you to allow yourself to begin consciously manifesting certain events, connections, opportunities within your life. The problem with society is that we continue to wait for someone else to give us opportunities, to create opportunities for us. Mhm. That's what it is. That's what it is. Like, "Oh, I need a law to make it, possible for me to have this opportunity." Um, Fuck your laws. I'm gonna create my opportunities, and you can't stop me. You can't. I mean, that's my logic, you know? That's my logic. I am a minority. I am a female. Um, According to statistics, it would be a whole bunch of factors stacked against me. Fuck your factors. Fuck your stacking. I'm out. I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. You're not going to stop me. Bottom line. So, that type of logic allows me to manifest quite a bit because I refuse to play by the rules, by the games. Granted, I still got to play by that fucking tax rule. I still got to pay taxes, but whatever. You're not going to have me wait for opportunity to occur. And you're not going to send your minions to tell me that I'm opportunistic, I'm money hungry, I'm greedy. Nope. That's how they shame you back into compliance. Really let that sink in. That's how they shame you back into compliance. How many people have I had tell me that I'm money hungry and greedy and that I should not be charging for my bitch, please. Can you do what I do? No, then you need to pay me for my time. It's the bottom line. You shouldn't be charging for your gifts. Who said I was charging for my gifts? I'm charging for time. The time I'm spending with you, focused on you, and tacked on to the back of that is the time, the years I've spent cultivating these gifts. I'm sorry, shit ain't free. It's not free. I do a lot of free work when my soul tells me to, but you're not going to shame me into a box that doesn't exist. Mhm. Oh, Emmy, you're so full of yourself. Oh, who would I be full of then? I've used this line so many times. You're so full of yourself. Oh, I'm sorry. Who did you want me to be full of? You? Hmm? Is that what you wanted? You want me to be full of you? Oh, you're so selfish. Oh, who should I be like? Who should I be ish? Who should I ish like? You? First off, if you're so amazing, why are you so focused on what I'm doing? What I'm accomplishing, what I'm working so hard for? And secondly, if you have an issue with me earning a living wage, meaning we have to pay to exist, every single last one of us. If you have an issue with me earning a living wage so that I can live, um, I'm going to need you to get off of your lazy ass and change that paradigm. I'll be over here minding my business, doing my shit. You go change that. And the moment that's changed, um, yeah, no, I won't charge nothing. I won't charge nothing. Like, please, fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Don't listen to people who still participate in bullshit ass fucking logic. That's bullshit ass fucking logic. You're going to let someone shame you into a box, the very same person who will shame you for accepting government assistance. because that's free money. That's not free money, motherfucker. I've worked for so many fucking years. My husband has worked for so many fucking years. That's repayment of a loan. They're repaying me for what I paid into a system. Yo, that's not free money. Know your worth. Whether it's knowing your worth with a twin flame or knowing your worth in this world, know your worth. Don't be apologetic for understanding you have needs that have to be fulfilled and you are doing your part to fulfill them. You are not waiting for someone else to take care of you. And I promise you, the very same people who are shaming you for taking care of yourself are the very same people who will call you a hoe, a slut, a hooker for allowing someone outside of you to take care of you. No matter what, you're screwed. No matter what, you're the villain. Motherfuckers, if I'm gonna be the villain, I'm gonna be fucking Maleficent. Okay? She is hot in her wickedness, but was she even really wicked? Was she? I don't remember the story. Legitimate question. Was she? I don't know, but I just remember the meme where it's like someone just called you a bitch and she's like, because that's totally me. Oh, you think I'm a bitch? Hot bitch, bad bitch, whatever. Okay, card number now 9, crown chakra, the unlimited self. You're limitless. You're limitless. That's just that. Whatever limits you believe in are the limits that exist for you. Those are your limits. Okay. If you don't believe in whatever people say is your limit, then it's not your limit. It's just people squawking because they like to hear themselves squawk. Toss them in the pond. Toss those gooses in the pond. Let them squawk on their own time. So let me do a final card. Okay. Let's pull some poetry out. Some poetry. 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 All right. Here we go. Poetry. All right. Poetry. Poetry. I said I would not cry this time, trying to deny my hurt and pain, feeling just like a fool, believing I found love in you, giving you more than I should. Well, it's Valentines. Card number 35. 3 being the number of a solid foundation, 5 being the number of change. Change is coming in a very solid manner. All right. Okay. Card number 35, the lover and the beloved. When you move beyond consciousness, you caress the beloved. When you move into the unknown, beyond everything, the beloved caresses you. It's not enough to love me. I want you to allow me to love you. It's not enough to desire me, to want to be closer to me. I want to reach out to you and grab a hold of you, drawing you into me and never letting you be apart from me again. There is so much more for us to experience, you and me, than simply gazing, even with love, at each other from a distance. Let me take you into my arms. Let me hold you until we cease to know or care where you and I once were you and I. For instead, we will be one. Will you allow it? Will you allow me? Will you allow us to be? Oh, sweet beloved, the divine, the great beloved has a passionate desire for you to love you, to touch you, to make the divine presence known to you, so that you will cease to fear the darkness, take delight in all of life, and become mesmerized by the beauty of love and its endless emanations. But how we resist love at first. Oh, yes, we have been burned before, have we not? Abandoned, betrayed, so painfully disappointed, cast aside, and have suffered at the hands of some unworthy lover. Can this great divine love affair be tarred with the same brush, with the same bitter expectations that keep the heart closed? You are too beautiful to be hidden away behind a bitter and gated heart. That's unworthy of you. So then, can you allow the great beloved to reach for you, to receive that sacred touch every day, to be spoken to with words of love, to receive? You who give of yourself, can you recognize the beloved wishes to give to you too? These need not be mutually exclusive happenings. Come now, deep down, given. You shall not be selfish in letting yourself be seen and loved. Allow it, rejoice in it. Take delight in allowing yourself to receive life and let the world soak up the ardent glow of your sensual surrender into the great beloved's embrace. This oracle brings you a message. Something has to change in your physical world. You are in need of more sustenance, more love, more connection, more nourishment that touches your body and soul and brings them into deeper oneness with each other, with life, with love. Dare you open up and allow that love in? The great beloved has desired that this be so. Will you heed that holy desire? Will you allow love in? Say yes. If you find this difficult, now is the time to gently, carefully tend to the walls you once placed between yourself and life. Walls of tentativeness, excessive caution, fear of abandonment and betrayal, doubt of your own lovableness, and doubts based on past pain without substance. You are so much greater than these crumbling walls. They are the stuff that's designed for demolition, not devotion and honoring. Can you begin to unpack the bricks you mistakenly believed were essential to your safety and well being? Are you too vast a sea for that small puddle of thought now? The oceanic world of love is your true home, and the sun is beating down upon you. It is too hot to gaze at the ocean longingly from afar, or even stand by its edge. Strip off your layers, run to the ocean, and dive in. This oracle brings you special guidance. An offer or opportunity is on its way to you and has recently been presented. It may be an idea you have been nurturing or one presented to you by another person. Sit with it. Do you feel exhilaration? Do you feel energy at the thought of saying yes? Then say yes. Allow yourself to receive. There is divine encouragement in taking risks that feel wild and alive to your heart. Ooh, I'm just saying. I'm saying yes to food. I'm saying yes to being fed. Ooh, my soul and my heart. You got to feed me the things that I can digest, the things that won't upset my stomach, make me feel sick for days on end. I need whole food nourishment, myself, my heart, and my soul. And maybe the thing is, at this point, we allow so much processed BS food like substances into our sacred temples that we don't know what it feels like to be healthy and whole. And how could you ever determine what type of love you need if you don't even know what it is? So begin sampling things. I'm not talking about sexually. I'm talking about sampling these concepts that maybe you've been interested in, maybe you've been curious about for a long period. And maybe in that sampler, you then begin to understand what type of palate you have. Do you need a connection that has some salty, savory factors to it? Do you need nothing but sweetness? In reality, you know, we are programmed to believe that love should be so sugary sweet. How much of that can you really tolerate? I need something savory, something that has the beautiful balance between the sweetness and the sour. Adding some of that bitterness in, not too much bitterness, just enough to juxtapose with the other flavors to really marry them together and create a complex flavor that is so simple to digest. I don't need a love that's plated perfectly. I need a love that won't hurt me unnecessarily, that won't cause me to become inflamed with pain. What your body experiences absolutely translates into emotions, into mental processes. Everything is intertwined. What you eat, what you feel, what you say, how you act, all of that is intertwined. Love yourself in such a way that frees you. You know, some people make it a goal to experience love like a buffet. What happens at a buffet? You gorge on things because, first off, if you go to a buffet, you're probably going to an expensive one, right? You want to get your money's worth. That's usually the logic of someone who is deprived of a lot. Okay. When I was deprived of a lot, um, that was my logic when I go to buffets. I'm not going to eat all day. I'm going to go to the buffet. I'm just going to stuff myself, get my money's worth. And I've reached a point where, first off, I can't do buffets because really, even if it's presented beautifully, the food tends to have a ratio of fillers, chemicals, elevated salt levels that hurt me. I can't digest it. I can't. It hurts. It literally hurts. So now I find I'm more interested in exploring foods where I have to order the plate. It's a finite number and I can just savor it. Just savor it before I move to the next thing, which I'm going to savor. And it doesn't have to be expensive. It just has to be something that I can rationalize within myself where it's like, okay, this is not a lot, but I'm going to have room for that. And I'm going to eat this first. I'm gonna eat this first. I'm gonna go real fucking ham on that. Like my husband knows when you take me to eat somewhere, y'all might think I'm like small and stuff. Bitches. I can fucking eat more than he can. What? I can put down some motherfucking steak. So yeah, I'm totally going to savor the salad, because my logic is this. I eat that salad, it creates the roughage that's necessary to clear out the pipes so the steak can make its way down real easy. I can eat. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I usually get the largest size steak and I eat all of it, including the fat. I eat it all. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. With no shame. No shame because I don't need to be seen as this tiny, delicate flower that just picks at her food. Uh huh. No, I'm usually like, you can finish that. Did you put some? There's no butter on that, right? Okay, put it on my plate. No, better yet. Can we switch? Can you take my plate? I'll take yours. I'm that kind of wife. Okay, don't be taking me to some place that's not gonna feed me right. I'm just saying. But that's how I also view love. If you can't feed me right, if you try and force me to eat things that just don't agree with me as a being, with my needs, my limitations, I really don't want to eat there. I don't want to eat there. I can set my own table. I'm a fabulous cook. I can cook for myself. I'm not so desperate in my existence and loneliness that I'll eat whatever's placed in front of me. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. But when it's something that's good, something that vibes with me, my needs, I'll finish the whole fucking plate. I'll finish the whole fucking plate. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. So we found a caretaker for my brother, full-time caretaker. We're still like finalizing all the arrangements and stuff. And she accompanied me to California this past week. And one of the nights she cooked for us. So it was so good, and I was already full, and I didn't want to be a little piggy and be greedy and, like finish all the food if people are still hungry. So there was some stuff left over, and everybody already went to their respective beds. They're all ready for bed. So I got my ass up and I finished every single pot. Dump all that shit in a big ass bowl and I ate it. Hey, they were all asleep already. And it hurt, but it was like a good kind of hurt because I haven't been able to eat like full size meals in quite a few weeks. I've just been so busy and so preoccupied. Um, and my son woke up as the last spoonful went in my mouth. I was like, I'm sorry, son. There's no more. He's like, what? I'm sorry, son. There's no more. He's like, I'm not hungry, mom. Okay, good, because I ate it all. You shouldn't have gone to sleep. He's like, it's okay. I know you wanted it. I know you wanted it at the table. I ain't denying. It was good food. It was some damn good ass food, and you could feel, taste the love that went into it. Eat wholesome things. Consume what is wholesome, what is nourishing, what makes you feel all warm and loved from the inside out. Don't continue to feast on the empty words of liars. That's the same thing as eating McDonald's all the time. It's not worth it. Coming from someone who used to eat certain things just because it's affordable. You know, um I'm not bougie in that way, you know what I mean? I'm not bougie in that way where I have to have like a fancy meal, and once in a while it's nice. It's a nice little treat experience with my husband. I'm more of like, if it's not going to feel good eating that, I'd rather starve. I would rather not eat. I would rather feel my belly empty and kind of just primed to take in some like A1 type of nourishment than to just fill it just because it's empty and I want it filled. Have some discernment of what you allow into your life, what type of tidbits that you allow other people to place on your lips. I will not feast on the empty words of liars. Not anymore. I refuse. And I don't care how beautifully plated it is. I don't care if they've taken the time to, garnish the plate with like edible exotic. I don't give a shit. That's empty words, empty calories. It's not going to make me feel any better. It's not going to nourish my soul. It's not going to add to my growth. Therefore, it has no place on my plate, in my life, within my body. I hope whatever I've said, I hope it encourages whoever needed the encouragement to become very socially selective. And the people who want to just be able to access you whenever, whatever, just because they can, they'll be angry. Good. So then you'll know exactly who they are and where they stand with you. I always know when someone needs to be shown the exit door. When you become so belligerent in your expectation of how much of me and my time and my energy you should have access to, oh, that's wonderful. There's the door. No, 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 no. I'm not just showing you, I'm telling you, use it. And I'm not going to be apologetic anymore. I used to be apologetic for recognizing when I'm being used, when my kindness, generosity is being taken advantage of. And really, the only thing I need to apologize to is myself for enabling that type of treatment. No, I don't think so. You don't need to treat me like the queen that I am. It's okay if you don't recognize that, but you're not going to fucking treat me like a peasant. No. Even if I was a peasant, I don't fucking think so. You're not treating me that way. You are going to value me or you are going to leave. And that's that. And it's not that you only surround yourself with the people who agree with you, who pump you up. And no, no. The people that I cherish the most, that like really, really small group of people I cherish the most, are the people who don't really want anything from me. And they have no problem letting me know, like, hey, bro, you're kind of angry today. I am, huh? Yeah, is everything okay? And it's not like you're angry, like that's ugly. I don't want to be around. It's like, hey, I noticed this. What's up? You want to talk? Is there something going on? Hey, you've been kind of quiet. Just kind of checking in. Those are the people I cherish. I cherish them so much because they can be honest with me, not just be a yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. That feels weird coming out of my mouth. All right, I gotta go. I have a date with my bed. Possibly my husband. No, I want to eat. I want to eat and then I want to go to sleep. Yes. All right, guys, please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me when I'm live. I think I'm coming live later on today to do expedites. We shall see. I think this man has plans to ravage me. Okay, let me stop. Let me just stop. I love you guys. I'll see you again very soon. Bye.